Good morning, students. Today I'm going to be going over with you how to respond to your peers through your double entry journal format. And I'm going to show you a few examples and make sure that you guys are very comfortable with assignment 5.9. So in the previous video, I talked to you about how to really choose a powerful quote and analyze that quote through the lens of one of your 8 analysis options. And right now, I want to focus on looking at some great entries and adding on and elaborating on what one of your peers had to say. So I sent you in that assignment the PDF, which contains this page that you're looking at, where there are examples, and if you look up here that says, if you are writing, how you would respond and add on to what your peer had to say. Obviously, in the classroom, that would be happening out loud. You would be speaking your responses. But since we're writing, we need to be careful and not use text speak or slang and really write clear and coherent ideas to build on to what our other peers, wrote. So do be careful and diligent and make sure that your work is clear and coherent and in depth, right? It shouldn't just make some quick reaction. You really need to be thoughtful and read what your peer had to say, add on to what your peer had to say in a manner that sort of flows, right, and transitions, but also feel free to think through another analysis option lens. You don't just have to look at the quote through the same analysis lens as your peer. Go a little bit further with it. So let's take a look at an example. And why don't we look at this one? So a student looked at this quote. They chose this quote for meaningful evidence. For instance, while Gatsby is romanticizing Daisy, his ex-girlfriend, in his mansion, Nick describes how Gatsby, quote, lit Daisy's cigarette from a trembling match, right? Just think about, picture him, and he's trembling as he's lighting her cigarette with this match in his hand. So this came from Fitzgerald 94, and this would have been the work of a passage master who was like, wow, that is an interesting line. And so their analysis, they were thinking through an essay topic because it says they chose number 8. And I would have to look at the essay topic cards to double check what that focus is for that essay. But let's read what they had to say. This illustrates the extreme desire that Gatsby has for Daisy. He can hardly contain himself because his dream is finally taking shape. Success? Okay, I remember now. So one of the topics I've given you, I will give you for an essay topic option is, do you feel Gatsby is successful in achieving his dream? Why or why not? Does he accomplish it? And so this would be me looking at the quote and being like, wow, that really goes with my essay topic, and I want to make some notes on it. And I'm really drawn into this line because of this deep passion that Gatsby seems to have here. And so now, wow, that's great what I wrote. My peer comes along, right? And my peer reads what I had to say, and they are a connotation collector. They want to think about that line, dig a little deeper, but also maybe provide some analysis of connotation. So they say, he seems dangerously obsessed as seen through the word ghostly, and she is oblivious. No amount of fire or freshness can challenge what a man will store up in his ghostly heart. And so they're thinking that ghostly has this connotation of maybe something a little spooky or scary, right? When we think of that word. And so they're like, there's a dangerous level of obsession here. This is a negative word. So they remember reading that and thinking how powerful that word was. And they're connecting that thought to this quote too, because the student is looking at Gatsby's desire and they're like, wow, but I think it's also like a really dark desire. Like there is some negativity associated with this. So they've added on more to their peers' work here. Now, I wanted to add on that don't forget to choose one of those analysis options that I've given you. So although this student was thinking through the role of connotation collector to add on to what their peer had to say, if you look at one of those 8 analysis options in your PDF file with the instructions, they're using number 2, which is they're reacting as well to that quote. So a reaction could be you saying this disturbs me, annoys me, moves me, or I wonder if, or And so this case, the student's work sounds a lot like, he seems dangerously obsessed. It's like they're building onto what their peer had to say, reacting to the same quote. Let's try to look at another example. So let's take a look at a discussion-rich quote, right? So this student was a discussion director. They were looking for a quote that they felt would be really interesting to talk about and have this like debate with their peers. So they chose, he had control of himself now and he wanted to see more of Tom. And, that really makes you picture Gatsby like just having this buildup of tension and wanting the drama and wanting Tom to be curious. So they wrote, they actually did a reaction, the analysis option reaction, number 2. And they wrote, I wonder why he wants to be around him. Is Gatsby trying to discover Tom's his weaknesses? Will he try to sabotage Tom's marriage and get Daisy for himself? So this was all, in chapter 6, I believe. And it's just where at this point where Gatsby is really pushing Tom's buttons and Tom's not catching on totally, but it seems dangerous and somewhat bold to be doing this in front of this, with this married man, and you're seeking his wife, right? It's a pretty bold thing to be doing, and some guys would be like, oh gosh, I don't want him to find out, but it's almost like Gatsby wants Tom to find out. So that would be an interesting conversation to have at a table with a literacy circle group. So now let's think of how a passage master could have come along and read what this student wrote and added on and elaborated on it. So they put this. They found it puzzling. So they wrote, even if Gatsby does break up their marriage, does Daisy actually love Gatsby? Will she go on to spend her life with him? This is puzzling because it feels like this is all in Gatsby's wild imagination. Almost 5 years. It had gone beyond her, beyond everything. So that was a reference to another quote where Gatsby, it's referring to the 5 years he's been waiting to see her again, but it's saying it's beyond her, beyond everything. It's like, this is all Gatsby focusing on the 5 years, but Daisy really isn't there with him. And some students might be overlooking this and not really catching up on these small details, but this passage master does a great job of adding in their thoughts on it. And again, this sounds a lot like a reaction to the other student and what they had to say. So at this point, I want you to ask yourself if you're feeling red, yellow, or green with responding to a peer. And I also want to summarize for you some of the key points that I just talked about. So what you should be getting from all of this is that when you do your own double entry journal work, it's really important you strive to find quotes that match one of your roles that we've learned in class. And also, you should be striving to have blended quotes, ideally, when you cite them. Don't just slap a quote down. You should strive to make sure you choose one of those 8 analysis options when you analyze the quote. When you respond to a peer, you're trying to elaborate on what your peer had to say. And so just think of our accountable talk in the classroom when we elaborate to expand on this idea and effective this is. And to help you do the elaboration and deepen your peers' thinking, choose one of those 8 options on the analysis card. The I guess most natural one would be number 2, where you react. And in this case, to respond to your peer, you're really reacting to what they had to say. So I hope right now you're feeling green. As always, if you have any questions, please email me or join one of my daily Google Hangout sessions to clarify anything that you need.